Hey guys, this is Natalie with Treasures and Mini. This is our first video for our new series, Mix and Match Mondays. I didn't think this completely through. I kind of forgot that we were moving this week. My family and I get our keys to our new house on Wednesday. So I am really going to try to rush through this, but I promised you guys a video and so I wanted to do it. So here's the card we're going to make. It's a very cute little owl card. And there's the inside. And what we're going to use is, like I guys showed you earlier, it comes from this paper pad. It's called A Perfect Autumn, and it's by Cartabella. Then, I don't have the package for it, but here it is. It's this really cute little owl die set. It comes all connected, so you don't take it apart. It was a little confusing to put together at first, but so I'm going to do one on here with you. So we're going to use the stamp and the die to cut out this tree, and this is from Sizzix. We're also going to use from this one that also comes with a die. We're going to use Just the Hello, and this is by Dare to Be Artsy Feathered Friends, and we're going to use the hello like I said. Then we're going to use two sentiments from this stamp set by Hero Arts. And we're going to use the Thought I Would Give You a Hoot and the Howl Are You, sorry. And then our last stamp that we're going to use is we're going to use this wood grain textured from Bo Bunny's wall-to-wall textured stamps. Okay, so from this paper pack, we're going to be using this piece, front and back, this piece, front and back of both of that, and this one, and front and back from both of those. You are also going to need a piece of, this is from stampin'Up, it's called Cajun Craze, and this is going to be cut at 8.5 by 5.5 and scored at 4 1/4 to make your standard A2 size card. This is just regular white cardstock, cut at 4 by 5 1/4, and also this piece cut at 4 by 5 1/4. You're going to need a piece of scrap paper of this one that is big enough to accommodate this tree. You're also going to need another piece of little white scratch paper, and that's because I forgot to tell you that we're also going to use this little bubble thing that holds words. It'll be that. We're going to use Cajun Craze by stampin'Up. We're going to use Encore Ultimate Metallic Bronze. We are going to use some Tim Holtz Distress ink, and we're going to use the Vintage Photo. These are little boxes that I make to hold things that I need while I'm working on a project. So you're also going to need a small piece of Cajun Craze that is 2 1/4 by 7/8. I use it to hold little stuff like this. You're going to need a piece of twine that is 4 inches long. You can, kind of eyeball that. And on my other card, I was able to use a color that matched the Cajun Craze, but I'm out, so I'm going to use these white brads, and I don't know who they're from. I think it's Bo Bunny, but I'm not sure. So that holds that. This, when you do the owl punch by Echo Art, or by Echo Park, you have to cut several of them if you want it in different pieces. So all my little owl parts, this is one of the reasons why I have one of these little boxes, because there's some tiny parts in there and I don't want to lose them. So I cut this twice out of every sheet of piece of paper, plus a piece of brown cardstock that I'm using for this project. And so this is each owl twice. This is one put together, but we'll do it together. This is also another little box that I made. I'm going to show you that real quick. I took this punch by EK Success, and I used the leaf. So I'll do it real quick. What I do is I took, well, first I punched some from each one of the pieces of paper that we're using. I punched probably like 4 or 5 of each one, and some Cajun Craze. And so how I do that is, you know, I don't need all of this. All I wanted was the leaf. And I put it in there. Now, on my next punch, because I got to go in some more, I'm probably going to get some scraps, which is why I do it over my hand, and then I just put in my leaf. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and stamp my tree first, because we are using kind of a pigment ink. I'm going to want it to have a few minutes to dry before I start messing with it a whole lot. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'm going to ink this up really, really, really good. And then I'm going to use my Big Shot and die cut it out with the tree frame. Okay, here it is, cut out from the Big Shot. I also went ahead and took my white piece of scratch paper and went on and cut out my little bubble that we're going to stamp hello in. I'm going to show you how to take these pieces and put together one of these little owls. So I think I want the body of this one to be dark brown. Okay, now with the small little piece that we cut that's 2 1/4 by 7/8, we're going to take our wood grain stamp by Bo Bunny, and we're going to take some Cajun Craze ink from Stampin' Up, and we're going to add a wood grain texture to this little piece. It's going to be like our little sign. There we go. And then we're going to take the stamp, Howl Are You, and some Versamark ink, and we're going to emboss that on the sign. Okay, now for our white piece that is 5 1/4 by 4, we are going to stamp, this is the inside of our card, and we're going to stamp in Cajun Craze. I thought I would give you a hoot. So let's do that. And I'm not going to stamp it directly in the center because I want to leave room for someone to write a sentiment. So I'm going to come up just a little bit. Half-inch corner rounder. Then I'm going to take my Cajun Craze from Stampin' Up, and I'm just going to set this on here, going around. It gives some dimension to the side of your piece of paper. I'm going to do my inside first. I'm using some Tombow. I'm going to take my corner rounder and do these two. Now this piece is going to go here, so we need to round those two. This works better, by the way, if you hold this upside down and center the point. Otherwise, you can get this off. There we go. So we have that so far. just going to glue him down right here. And we'll take one of our trees. The yellow side sticks out more, so I'm going to do that. I'm just going to put some little dots of Tombow. Okay, so there's the inside of our card. We're going to want to put our tree up on some dimensionals. And then we're going to want to put our owl on some dimensionals and set him right here. But before you pop this up on dimensionals, we want to kind of decide where you're going to want him to be. So the owl's going to sit here. This will be here. So we're going to put a little, don't go all the way through, just enough for you to be able to see it, a little dot. So that you know where to poke your little holes for your brad. Alright. And we're going to go ahead and stick our brads in there, but don't push them all the way down because you want to be able to get your piece of string behind it. So mine is measured at 4 inches. So if I cut it in half, I'm going to have 2 and 2. And I'm going to wrap it behind my little brad and kind of pull it to where they're both pretty even. Now with these behind there, you can go ahead and push your brads down and put them down tight and then pop them up on dimensionals and put that and your owl on your card. Okay guys, trying to hurry, forgot to go around the edges of my tree with the vintage photo distress ink. So we're gonna try it already on here. So I'm gonna use a Q-tip. All right. Now we're gonna pop our owl up on dimensionals and have him sitting on the tree branch. So I'm gonna put just a little bit of Tombow here. Okay, this part is gonna take a little bit of fiddling with. So I have some little bitty tiny glue dots on here. And I'm going to pick one of them up. I'm going to pull this down straight. Now I only want to get it on the little rope. I don't want to get it on the piece of paper underneath it because we want it to stand up like it's swinging from the tree. And then with it up and a little bit of sticky, we can take our sign, put it where we want it, just stick it down a little bit. Now it's on there even, so we can take some foam tape, which is what I used for this, over the little rope, so that it'll also help hold it as well. So much easier just to do that. Right. And put it down there. Okay, I'm stamping it in the Cajun Craze. There we go. And I'm just going to kind of roll that around and do the edges like I did earlier. All right, we'll glue this down with some green top glue. And now for our leaves. So I'm going to dump them out so I can see what I have. And we're just going to get out our green top glue and start putting on leaves any way that you like them. I'm going to glue a few down directly onto the card so it gives it dimensions. And then, let's do this one. I'm going to put some of them actually on the branch itself. And a last little touch is with my white gel pen. I'm going to make some little dash marks all the way around my card edge. Alright guys, thank you so much for joining me. I am very sorry that this was quite rushed. Like I said, when I got excited about doing this series, and I forgot all about us moving and that I would be quite busy this week. But I still wanted to do a card for you guys because I know, I promised that. So I hope you enjoy. I hope you love this card. And remember that I will be doing this every Monday. I am a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and Stampin' Up! Is something that I do love very much. I love their products. I just think they're amazing. But like I said, I have a lot of art stuff and a lot of product by a lot of companies, and I want to be able to use those. And so that's why I came up with Mix and Match Monday. So that's what we'll be doing on Mondays, is using products from different companies that I already have. Okay, so give me a thumbs up. I hope you guys enjoy, and I will do my best to be back here next Monday. Thanks, bye.